Another major investigation into U.S. big tech. This time, it's Google. So on Friday, attorneys general from a number of states announced an antitrust investigation into Facebook. Today, it was Google's turn.
So Florida's attorney general is involved in both of these probes. Phil Buck is here now to help break this all down.
Well, first things first, right? I mean, what is an antitrust investigation? Think of it this way, okay? This is Main Street, USA. You got a bunch of mom and pop stores. You've got the pharmacy, the hardware store, the general store. All of these businesses compete with one another. And that competition helps consumers like you and me by keeping prices down, among other things. Now imagine there's a big warehouse over here, right? Where I can get whatever I need just by going right on my phone, okay? It gets delivered to my door, and because this warehouse is so big, they can sell everything for cheaper than what these stores can sell it for. Well, what does that do for competition? Basically, it kills it, all right? These mom and pop stores, they can't compete, and this is why we have antitrust laws in the first place. Well, now what we have going on are two separate antitrust investigations, one into Facebook or another into Google. Essentially, these probes are just to find out if Facebook and Google maybe hold too much power in the industry and whether or not they put data like mine and yours at risk. And keep in mind, these are on top of the other investigations that are already looking into big tech, ones being done by the Department of Justice, by the Federal Trade Commission, and by Congress. Okay, so where does Florida fit in? Well, Florida Attorney General Ashley Moody is involved in both the Facebook and the Google antitrust investigations. She was at Monday's press conference in Washington, D.C. Here's a little bit of what was said.
The internet is the superhighway of information, and what we have found is that Google, the giant company Google, is the one that's directing most, if not all, of the traffic on this highway. And it's important that we determine for our states whether this traffic determination is being done in a fair manner.
Now, look, we're going to have to wait and see where this all goes from here. I mean, at this point, these are just investigations, not official lawsuits. But keep in mind, Google has already been hit with billions in competition-related fines over in Europe, and Facebook could face more than $1 billion fine themselves in Europe over data protection and privacy-related violations.
So just to give you an idea of how much of the market that Google controls, this year the company will account for more than 30% of worldwide digital ad spending. That's the largest market share of any company.
That's a lot.